Okay, so the next panel is about redefining the new rules of brand marketing in Metaverse. Let us get you ready for the panel discussion. Are you all here with us? I know you're here physically, but mentally are you here? That is important. Are you here with us mentally? Can you raise your hands? Okay. That makes us understand that you're here with us. Are you ready for the next panel discussion? Shall we proceed? Yes? No? Maybe? Okay. So thank you everyone firstly for joining us back in time. You were quick, you went, you had lunch and came back. So my name is Usha Malwani and thank you so much for being here with us today. With this, we move on to our next panel discussion. This is about redefining the new rules of brand marketing in Metaverse. Wow, a very different topic again. We'd like to invite on stage our panelists, Mr. Amit Doshi, CMO, India Britannia Industries Limited. Britannia. Just the name brings us so much of fragrance. Mr. Avinash Deepak, Senior Vice President, Airtel. Ms. Jasmine, Digital Transformation Strategist at Mahindra Group. The more we applaud, the more interesting the panel will be. Mr. Sunil David, Advisor and Consultant to Startups and Ex-Regional Director, IoT AMT India. He's going to be moderating the session. We have one more panelist joining us, and that is Smita. She is CMO of Euroflex. So you're the luckiest moderator today with so many lovely ladies on your panel. One on the left, one on the right. So yeah, please take it further. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
One here also, yes.
Surrounded with beautiful women. It's a privilege that one can enjoy once in a lifetime. But anyway, thank you so much, NASSCOM, COE, for inviting me to moderate this panel. And that's a topic that will probably take an hour or two to debate and deliberate on, but we're trying to do this within 30 minutes. It's going to be a challenge. But the whole topic is all about redefining the new rules of brand marketing in the Metaverse, right? And we've already started to see the first wave of customer engagement in the Metaverse, right? And for the marketers, their whole objective is trying to create very compelling and authentic brand experiences for their customers in the physical world, and trying to do that in the Metaverse is obviously going to be challenged. The rules are going to be different. And just talking about how marketing would change as far as the Metaverse is concerned, there are various aspects. Of course, we will try to cover some of them during this panel. The first and foremost thing being that how does one set up marketing goals when you look at Metaverse? What would be those goals, right? Is it to create a lot more awareness? Is it to create a lot more spunk in the innovation group of the marketing team? Is it to build a lot more loyalty? So I think very important for the marketers to define clearly what their goals are. Number two, to identify the right platform and make sure that you have the right brand fit, right? Because there are so many platforms that are available today, right? You have Decentraland, you have Roblox. So how does one identify the right platform that you want to work with? That's going to be another key aspect. Third one is it's all about trying to design experiences that are tailored to certain target audiences, right? And so it's important to get that mix right? Where do you use traditional native advertising? Where do you use Metaverse for immersive experiences? For example, Roblox, a well-known gaming platform, they have about 50 million users, active users daily. And believe me, more than 60% of them are under 16 years. under 16 years who are predominantly using their platform, right? So I think for the marketers also to get that mix right is also going to be very, very important. Fourthly, how to identify the right set of partners and developers, right? Because marketers might probably want to have teams inside to do it, but the need to also engage with the external ecosystem also becomes important. And again, I want to give the example of Roblox here, because Roblox have a developer community of 1,000 and that's just growing. And finally, friends, how do you define the success? What are the metrics that marketers need to take into consideration to determine whether the campaign is successful or not? So these are broad areas that hopefully we try to address. And it's really fascinating to see a lot of Indian brands now trying to play in the Metaverse space. You would have read about Tanishq, which launched their Riva brand a few months back on the Metaverse. Tata Consumer Goods, they launched, in fact, they had a party, a holy party in March on the U platform. I think some of the auto OEMs, including Mahindra, have launched NFTs, right? So it's great to see startups trying to leverage the Metaverse opportunity, and also exciting to see, the whole ecosystem trying to come up, right? The ecosystem that needs to work together to make sure that the opportunity can be leveraged. So having said this context, let me quickly move to the questions. So I'm going to start with Amit. Amit, thank you so much for taking time to join this panel. A few months back, when you were speaking to ET brand equity, you mentioned that it's very important for brands to listen actively to their end consumers, right? So when you bring Metaverse into the mix, how is that going to change?
What will change? How?
So how are you going to get the how will marketing change when you talk about engagement with the customer, and especially relates to your industry?
So, look, first of all, great to be here and compliments to NASCOM for pulling this together. I think we're at a really early stage as far as understanding the technology is concerned, and I mean it's really exciting to see the dramatic rise in interest that's happened. Now, I mean, when you look at first of all, I think there are two parts to your question which are very interesting. One is how do you listen into what's happening, and the second is then what do you do with that learning and understanding that you've got. Now, as far as understanding what consumers are doing with the metaverse or mixed reality experiences that we're talking about, I think the first thing that one could look at is spots where a lot of the spaces that have already blown up a lot, right? And so while a lot of the excitement around the term metaverse came in, after Facebook kind of rechristened itself, but gaming has been, growing quite dramatically over the last decade or so. And I had the opportunity to see it far up close. Prior to Britannia, I was at Lenovo. So, as far as gaming is concerned, that is 1 out of 2 Indians who use a mobile phone are gamers now. A lot of them are obviously casual gamers. They're playing on their phones. They're playing stuff like Candy Crush or Rummy or some such. But there's also an explosion of real serious gaming. Now, all of that already is metaverse that's existing, right? So I think one suggestion would really be, whoever your consumer cohort is, just figure out, how are they engaging with the world of gaming. Education is the other one, which got a fillip. So I think the first is to just look at what are those use cases where consumers are already engaged in, and maybe make a start point from there. Second is, how are we looking at it? We see it as another activation experience that we can create for the brand. And all marketing, when you're trying to build big, long-term brands, is about long-term brand building and creating exciting experiences. Now, as far as experiences go, it's one more amazing avenue to do that. A couple of decades back, you would have done it at a mall, right? Then you would have gone, and perhaps did something with social media. And this is, I think, just a gradual. This is an evolution in that same direction. So the way I'm seeing it is it provides phenomenal opportunities as far as experiential ideas are concerned. You can bring alive a lot more than what you could have normally done. So that's how I see the opportunity.
I think you made a very important point about use cases. I think find out what use cases your current consumers are using, and then see how we can add Metaverse and maybe enhance the user experience. Right. So thank you for that. Let me move to Smita. Smita, again, I just wanted to bring your attention to an interview that we did with the brand equity. We spoke about the different marketing tools that are being used for brands. Right. So in fact, I made a very interesting statement. You said that it's the marketing insight, communication, and creative strategy that consumers see and we need to coexist for sustainable brand building. So in context of this, when you add Metaverse to the mix, how will it improve customer engagement?
I think Amit made some very important points to add to that. Firstly, as a marketer, I think as a marketer, it's about building long-term brands and being part of an ecosystem which is ever evolving, right? And if it's a brand that's going to be around for generations, then it's important to know who your next set of customers are. And today, Gen Z, as I mentioned, gamers, all these consumer profiles is what is going to become very, very active, if not yet. And if you don't understand their behavior, if you don't connect with them where they are, then really it's not a sustainable long-term brand, right? So it's important to understand technology at the crux of its formation. I think Metaverse is at that pace. So I'm here also to learn more than talk, because all of us as marketers can't claim we know anything about it. So it's definitely an innovative platform. It is. About 10 years back, I was telling somebody I was at Lifestyle Landmark Group, which was a very big, is a very box retailer. And at that time, even Landmark and all the brands did not take digital marketing as a very serious medium or something that is going to play out very strongly, right? It happened after a few years. So I think all brands today understand that it is important to now look at technologies at the crux of its formation, to understand it before they can actually implement something. All of us are in that stage, I would like to believe. So we are also understanding it as consumers. And whether it is 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, but it's here to stay. It is the augmented version of social media to me. When I said all those things about how MarTech tools supports adoption, because you have so much data at your fingertips, you're able to personalize at the same time, really extrapolate reach. But your consumer is just interested in the experience, in the content, in the communication, and finally what you're selling, right? So Metaverse is that augmented version of the final content piece that you can really connect with them in the real-time way. In fact, one of the stalls here, I just experienced an Oculus, and it was something new, and I will remember that. So similarly, if a brand is early on to connect in the Metaverse, or even does something meaningful in a long-term way, in an innovative way, it's something that sets you apart in initial stages, and of course then mass adoption for all brands would become a reality, I'm guessing. For my brand, I see a lot of use cases, honestly, though it's very different. So I belong to Duraflex, which is a sleep solution company. We want India to sleep better, but our main product is mattresses and accessories, the physical products. However, a lot of content we do on social media today is about how sleep impacts health, how sleep helps build immunity, how sleep is essential to your well-being, right? That conversation, I see, it can be so interesting and so immersive, really into the world of dreams through Metaverse, right? So there's so many ideas even for different categories. It's a marketer's playground too, like how social media is and was when it came. So very interesting, and let's see what unfolds.
Great insights, Smita. So extension of the social media, so actually Accenture calls it the continuum, right? So it is the continuum of all existing technologies. So thank you for that. Let me move to Jasmine. Jasmine, you represent a very well diversified conglomerate, Mahindra and Mahindra, and your role entails trying to ensure digital sales across the organization. You're working in the area of customer experience. So tell us a little bit more about the initiatives that you're working on, Jasmine.
There are two in place right now, one with real estate and the other with the hospitality. But if you look at Metaverse per se and the context of marketing, a pure Metaverse is an economy in itself. It has its own meta commerce, its own meta marketing. You have meta SEO happening. You have billboards on metaverse platforms like a Decentraland, or you're on Spatial IO, or no matter where you are. You've got to look, as marketers, you really want to look, hey, what is your strategy? Am I going to create my own verse? That means, do I go and create my own Mahindra verse? Or I go and build on a metaverse platform like a Decentraland, right? That's step one. Step two, you ask yourself, hey, why should I build my own verse or go and build on Decentraland? What kind of organic traffic does Decentraland bring into my real estate on Decentraland, right? Or to my own development that I do out there. That's step two. Then you look about, hey, what is the community like? That means you do a dipstick study in Decentraland. It's quite synonymous to what we do in the physical world, right? But this is completely virtual. You're asking these guys, oh, the virtual avatars, what are their behaviors, where they're moving around, which so-called stalls they're moving on, which billboard is the most visible. So those kind of statistics, those kind of data is available, right? In the physical world, to drive your traffic to Decentraland space, you really want to then ask yourself, hey, should I be advertising on an Instagram, which is a 2D interface, not a typical metaverse to market my metaverse? Or you go about saying, hey, should I do some sort of other celebrity kind of marketing? Okay, there are people who also create celebrity avatars and launch them in their own metaverse or meta space, which is part of the metaverse that you own. Everything's tradable in NFTs because since it's virtual, you could create and absorb literally anything. I could go and create a Shah Rukh Khan in the metaverse, right? But they won't allow me to do that because you've got to look in the physical world, something as simple as a bottle. It's an object. There's a cost associated to it. It needs to be created by someone other than me. But on a virtual world, you can just go about creating it. But they don't let you do it unless you want to trade it. The moment you want to trade an object created on the metaverse, it has to be a token, it has to be an NFT. Even within spaces, time is also a token. They're timeshare tokens. So you've got to, if you're building a hotel for hospitality, for example, your rooms are going to be NFTs, one layer of an NFT, overlaid with a timeshare NFT, a timeshare token, which is tradable, where your primary depends on the contract that's created for that NFT. You could either create or control a secondary market and a tertiary market, and the markets going beyond that. They go beyond your control, right? So the objective of a metaverse is to provide that decentralized, democratized economy per se, which is very different in behavior for marketing to manage in the physical world. And that's when you're building a use case, I think that strategy, the initial strategy, why create your own verse or launch it on a platform, or what kind of tokens you create are extremely important while defining both success metrics as well as a marketing strategy.
Thanks, Jasmine. So you talked about decentralized economy. And just a quick follow-up question to you, Jasmine. Mahindra had launched their NFTs for car vehicles, right?
That's right. Tech Mahindra did that.
And what 26 lakhs worth of NFTs sold. Was the objective to build communities?
So it was their first experiment in the metaverse. It was their first token created, and this was almost a year back, right? When the buzz of metaverse had just about started. And being market leaders, that's what they created. They said, hey, why don't we just tokenize one of our assets, which was the Thar, the most exciting vehicle we had at that time. One of the most exciting vehicles we had at that time. And
Okay, let me move to Avinash from Airtel. So Avinash, we share something in common. We both represent the telecom industry. Now, Airtel has built a very powerful platform, Airtel Ads. Right? I think it comes with a lot of science capabilities. The objective is to have much better engagement with their customers, understand them better and all that.
So, if you add Metaverse to the mix, how is it going to help Airtel to get
to monetize this even better as far as the customers are concerned?
Okay. Firstly, I want to congratulate all of us as Indians for this huge technology launch called 5G this month. I think we all deserve a big hand. Yes, it's coming to you in a bit. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So I've been able to predict the next question. So it's all about prediction. Let me, the way I see it is that um, marketing in general is an outcome of a larger purpose. There is a purpose, there are insights, and there is what I call access. At Airtel, a purpose is about using data to determine preferences of customer. Preferences of customer. We've been doing that for years together. It's in our DNA. What you don't realize is that your mobile phone exchanges hundreds of messages with our tower every hour, whether it's a sync, etc., etc. And the reason that happens is that our purpose to draw insights is to determine your preferences as an individual user so that I can go and improve my network coverage. I can improve my contact center. I can improve the way I bill. I can improve my rates. I can improve whom am I allowing to, get to you or not. So our purpose is preference. How do I determine consumer preference? And that further, we have utilized it to drive consumer experience, network experience, consumer experience. Uh, then I come to insights. From a marketing standpoint, the way I see it, I'm not a marketer, but anyway, the way I see it is there are only two broad components to it: insights, and then there is access. Insights is how much you know about a customer preference, and access is how do you deliver it. When I come and talk about, so the future belongs to an organization who has insights, right? And who is able to deliver it in a very interesting and a very, very, you know, contexted, relevant manner to whoever it is, right? Today, for example, you get SMSs. How many of us use SMSs? We don't, because it's totally lost its relevance, because it's not, the purpose is lost. Airtel is not sending SMSs, somebody else is, by the way. Uh, yeah, disclaimer. Yeah. So access basically was SMS, email 2 years back, 20 years back, 15 years back. It has moved to WhatsApp, it's moved to a browser, it's moved to social media. It will move, and as you move up this value chain, the experience is better. Who does not want to see, a contexted ad on a, on Google? If you want to buy a property, they show up something else, etc. Metaverse will aid that experience of using insights to understand customer preferences, and in a nice manner you will deliver it, which is access to the end customer. So Metaverse will bring alive, it will bring to life uh, a marketing play. It will become far more real time. You will be able to have very precision pinpointed preferences on a far more real time basis, and pop up a very nice experience, from a marketing point of view, to that individual in the metaverse. That's how we see it.
Thanks, Avinash. I'm conscious of time. There are just about 10 minutes left.
Left, and let's move to the second round. My request is to just limit your responses to maybe about 2 minutes each. So let's start with Amit again. So Amit, this is all about how do you measure marketing success in the metaverse, right? So there are different metrics that one uses in traditional marketing, in digital marketing, but when it comes to metaverse, how do you measure marketing success? What do you think?
No, I don't think there's a playbook yet, but I would assume that some of these, broadly, there are finally input metrics and output metrics, right? Input metrics just tell you whether what you're doing is getting a response or not, and then outcome has to be measured in terms of what growth you're getting in terms of business or whatever other business metrics that you may have, right? So I don't think that that's going to be so much of a complexity. Marketers are smart. There's a lot of savviness as far as digital marketing is concerned. Some of them will just move through seamlessly from the world of digital marketing to metaverse. There might be a few new engagement metrics that may come up, but I think finally what one has to be very clear about is what is the linkage of those input metrics to the end brand or business outcomes.
The call for the marketers to be a lot more experimental.
Sorry?
there's a call for the marketers to be a lot more experimental.
Yeah,
Willing to
I
experiment.
think I mean that goes without saying whether it's metaverse or not. I think most companies today keep a certain budget aside to experiment and test and learn. I don't think we live in an era where there's one channel or a set of publications and you advertise and everyone knows. It's a far more complex environment, and yes, I mean like I think experimentation goes in other fields of marketing. It definitely applies to metaverse as well.
Thanks, Amit. Smita, over to you. So again, getting that mix right? Traditional advertising, using metaverse immersive experiences. So how do marketers find that right balance when it comes to engaging with your customers?
I think a marketer's life is all about finding that balance, trying to justify overall ROI for your existence, so that continues. But as Amit said, it is about today having a very clear experimentation, innovation, budget in marketing. I think any brand that is future looking, that does great marketing has this today. So it definitely needs to come out of this, because unless you're in a business of gaming or where really your ROI and your life thrives on this platform, which we are not, it cannot be a sword on the marketer's head that if you're doing metaverse, you better get me X sales, right? So it can't happen. It has to come from an understanding and from the whole view of the business that there is something else that you're chasing which is beyond transactional. So for us, as I said, it's sleep. While we sell X number of mattresses and allied products, we also want to really educate consumers genuinely about sleep, because we believe if the category builds, our brand grows, right? So unless you're in that sort of a purpose, to experiment with metaverse in the near future might be futile. It is about innovation, experimentation. It can also be the cherry on the cake of a particular campaign, like our, right? I think that's a fabulous example where finally it was the augmented VR value, I guess, as a KPI for this launch. So it did create a lot of buzz, and all of us spoke about, oh, what is this NFTs and what is that doing, right? So and probably it attracted that TG. So it is either an addition to the PR buzz that you create, the innovation you bring, or your cost of learning, that marketers have, which are necessary for an organization to move ahead, or just engaging with your consumers, just understanding what is happening. So I think you have to be very clear what business you're in, why you're doing it, and lay down that very clearly, and it need not be ROI. I surely think it can't be ROI unless you're in that business.
Great point about ROI. Thanks. Let me move to Jasmine. Jasmine, the audience that you're dealing with now, right? You're dealing with a lot more digital natives, Gen Zs as we call it, right? And so how is it going to be different trying to engage with them on the metaverse as opposed to the traditional marketing techniques? What is that you're going to do differently? I just give the example of Roblox. More than 60% of people who are accessing that platform are less than 16 years, right? So their whole psyche is so different. So your views on this.
So if you look at, you're right. Look at most metaverse platforms, the dominant age group is 13, 1, 3, until around 25 to 27 or 30 years old, right? That's your targeting them via gaming, entertainment platforms is far easier. That means you could go to a Fortnite and probably create a small little banner saying advertising your product there, and it does the job, right? If you want to target that age group. So targeting the Gen Z, as you call it, is not that difficult on the metaverse. Now, if you look at the masses, the affordability, of course, of your metaverse interfaces to the humans is a big question mark. You want to also ask that then how are you targeting the masses who don't have those VR headsets? Because the perception is that your metaverse is accessible dominantly only by the VR headset, which is wrong. Targeting the Gen Z, if they have the VR headset and they're all talking about it anyways. My daughter is 8 years old. She's in standard 3 and they're already talking about VR headsets and the new Oculus that's coming in and so forth. So I don't think that's a challenge. Influencing the next gen is, yes, that can be debated out. And I don't have an answer to that.
So I think the democratization of metaverse will happen when we really get the cost of these headsets down and you are able to use standard computing interfaces to access the metaverse, right? That's when we'll probably see a lot more adoption happening.
Yes. So the Web3 component of the metaverse has a completely different use case. Now that's when the economy itself starts adopting a lot of blockchains, cryptos. So there are not only an IT security angle to it, there are also other parameters. How much do industries want to really collaborate and integrate their systems together, right? For example, supply chain. There are many successful blockchain stories of use cases in the food chain itself.
Right, let me move to Avinash. So Avinash, again in the context of metaverse, you're dealing with humongous amount of data, right? Huge amount of data stored on cloud platforms. So issues around data security, data privacy, those become very, very pertinent. So your thoughts in terms of how we can address these concerns, these are very genuine concerns that one is facing.
I think that's a extremely important question, because as you move to the metaverse, your entire personality, your behavior, your, as I said earlier, your preferences all goes live for the rest of the world to see. Plus, the person who sees it, the connect is far more intimate than, for example, social media. Social media, my son's 14, 15 years old, they get upset when they hear somebody say something about them on social media. Now, imagine that happening on a one-on-one basis in a virtual world. Imagine the impact on that child, as such. And you never know whether the avatar on the other side is another child of 14, 15 years, or he's a 50-year-old man trying to harass some kid for whatever reason. So privacy and security are extremely important. Technology will play a very important role. The biggest topic today in the 5G world, which eventually will foster something like metaverse, is security. At least in the B2B organizations that we are speaking to, everybody's topmost agenda is that once my data goes live in a metaverse kind of situation, what happens to the security as such? And tech has a very important role to play. I'm not going to deep into it, but there are lots of developments happening in that area. Now, as far as privacy is concerned, again, I go back to purpose, if I may. Look at Airtel. We have approximately 400 million subscribers, including our DTH, broadband, mobile, etc. Platforms. We never ever divulge information of a consumer to any end brand. Even to us, it is available on an extremely rare basis. Our whole purpose is to, as I said earlier, determine what does the customer possibly want and when. By the way, if he wants that, so the privacy aspect as far as Airtel is concerned is the customer first. Then comes to which brand wants to access that customer. Then it comes to what service does he want. What would he possibly need, as such. It's centralized around the consumer, not about our need to monetize, a certain brand trail from it. He's already a paying customer for me. He already pays me about 100, 200, 300 rupees plus 1,000 rupees for broadband. He's already a paying customer. So our objective is to determine what does he need and then bring around brands to serve him in a more unique and a preferential manner. That's about privacy and security.
I think we'll have to wait and see for this data protection to be right. I think perhaps early next year we'll probably see that in some form and shape, and we'll probably have to see how they're going to have the framework defined in terms of how data can be protected, secured, and so on.
What you don't realize is that it's already started about a year and a half back. Very small baby steps have been taken in that direction. You will see a gradual drop in the number of messages that all of us get, at least in SMS. A blockchain technology has been deployed, connecting all the telcos, all the marketeers, and each one of us. Only when you opt in for a certain specific service, like on Airtel, whether you are getting the trail from whether you move to Jio, Voda or Airtel, that preference continues from this blockchain interconnected technology. The last leg of that policy, there are 4 legs, is getting deployed in the next 2 months' time, and that will really bring down the number of messages that you receive on your phone.
It's fascinating to see Metaverse being such a multidisciplinary kind of an area, right? Integration of all these technologies, blockchain, AI, IoT, AR, VR, all of this coming together, right? That will create the magic, hopefully. Can we take just one question from the audience? I know time is up, but just one question. If anyone has a question, I request you to please introduce yourself and please mention to whom you are directing the question to. Anyone has a question, please? To any of the panelists. We have time for one question. There's a lady there, right at the back. There.
So can
you please raise your hand? Yeah.
I'm Nidhi. I had a question to Avinash on the blockchain thing. So is this a private blockchain and who will be governing the whole blockchain? The blockchain that you talked about, who will manage the governance of this kind of blockchain? Because generally it's a consortium, so who would manage it? Thank you.
It is a government-funded philosophy and a private paid establishment. So telcos have established it on their own. We have deployed it on their own premises and connected it to each other. Right? So it's a great collaborative effort, obviously driven by very stringent government policies and mandates which came about that we were also very much for. The management is by a central body. There is a board comprising of telcos which manages the entire affair. But on a day-to-day basis, it's completely automated. Again, linked to the customer's preference, it's completely automated. Just to answer your question.
I think gentlemen there will. Yes, please.
Yeah, so this is open to anybody who wishes to answer. It's an observation and therefore a question. Throughout what I've been hearing from the beginning of the day's session now, it's all about Metaverse. But at the end of the day, I'm born and I die on this planet. So therefore, I don't see a bridge kind of talking about how to make my physical existence a little more exciting, a little more valuable. I mean, somewhere, that's been maybe suggested, but not really. That's it.
Sir, I think that's a very interesting observation, but true for everything else that we've seen over the last decades. I remember when mobile phones came in and there was the size of a brick, right? They said, who's going to use that? So it's not supposed to replace your physical existence, but it is supposed to probably become a part of that, something more additional.
How it enhances what? Yeah, I can give you an example, right? So, I mean, and the line would blur very quickly, right? And let's say you'd be surprised how the curve moves very quickly. Now, let's talk about health. Right now, we're in the place where a lot of quantification is happening. People are wearing trackers, so on and so forth. You're measuring how many steps. It's now oxygen levels, so on and so forth, right? I mean, very quickly, it could move to a level where there's a digital twin. Right now, that can completely change the quality of health for huge masses of populations. Right? So it's a digital twin that's getting you access to telemedicine. You're measuring, you know what you're suffering from even before you go to the doctor. It can dramatically bring down costs of healthcare and how you view your own health and therefore quality of life. Right? So one dimension is entertainment, but there's many dimensions.
Thanks, Amit. So we completely run out of time. So I think it was a fascinating discussion. Metaverse is something which is evolving. A lot more use cases that evolve even further. Huge opportunity, obviously, for marketers to take advantage of this tremendous opportunity. I think McKinsey predicts that it will be a $5 trillion opportunity by 2030. Of course, there are challenges around data security, privacy, which needs to be addressed. But
I think it's a tremendous opportunity for the whole ecosystem to come together to really take advantage of the opportunity that Metaverse wants to present. So thank you all for your attention, and with that, we close the panel. Over to you.
Thank you so much, panelists. Thank you for those great questions also. I think it's a longer topic, and it needs a one-on-one discussion. You could discuss it over a beer at the end of today's event. Real beer. Yes, we're going to have some real beer at the end of today's event, so you can all discuss this over a drink. Thank you so much, panel. Can you please step forward? We'll take one picture.